Once all them shiny guys had gone, there was only old Bert and I left. Oh, Bert, silly old duffer. He was sitting there, dribbling, blubbing by the fire, he were. Silly old duffer. I says, Bert, don't just sit there. Let's go down into town and see if we can find the little feller. So we go down into town. Now, 'twas the middle of the night, you understand, and there weren't many folks around, but there was some action round the inn. So we asked directions from the innkeeper, funny red hat he had on. He sends us round the back to his barn, like. Well, there were a crack of light coming from under the barn door. So where's my stick? Where did I put here's my stick. There it is. Why did I put it, leave it there, for goodness sake, Russ, it's your fault. Anyway, when we got up to the barn door, we tapped very quietly on the door. Moment later, door cracks open. And this young feller sticks his head out. I says, excuse me, sir, excuse me, but you wouldn't happen to have a baby in there, would you? He says, yeah, as a matter of fact, we do. He's newborn, so I hope his crying isn't disturbing you. Oh, I said, no, nothing like that. But we was just wondering, and now, this, sir, might sound just a little off the wall. Your baby wouldn't happen to be wrapped in rags, would he, and lying in the manger? Oh, yeah, he says. As a matter of fact, he is. But how in the world did you know? Oh, he says, it's like this. Me and my mate Burr here, we was abiding in the fields, keeping a watch over our flocks by night. When, lo, he says, lo what? He says, lo, we seen this shiny guy. Shiny guy. You seen an angel, that's what you seen tonight. 'Tis Christmas Eve and angels are popping up all over the place. Come on in and see the little fella. So in we go. Now, here's the scene. There were a lantern hanging from a rusty nail in a beam, casting a pool of light over the floor. And there, in the middle of the light, was the animal, feeding trough like the manger. And it was stuffed with hay. But there was something wriggling in the hay. So Bert and I, we go over to have a look-see, like. And there in the hay was, what should I say? It was perfection, that's what it was, perfection. Love, joy, peace, perfection, but wrapped in rags, perfection in rags. Oh, Bert, he really is a silly old softy. Had tears dribbling down his filthy old cheeks. But I got to admit, that was something special. I says to the young man, I said, sir, that's mighty fine nipper you got there. What'd you call him? He said, we call him Jesus. Jesus, eh? That's the most unusual name. Why would you call him that? Because, sir, he's going to save people from their sins. Oh, Bert, buddy, did you hear that? Little one's going to save people from their sins. Now, that could come in mighty handy for the likes of you, right, Bert? But, Bert, he weren't laughing. He was just gazing in awe and wonder at that little bundle of perfection called Jesus. Bonsoir, mes amis. Bonsoir, Russ. Comment ça va?
Oui, ça va.
Joyeux Noël and all that kind of stuff. Moi, je m'appelle Pierre.
Ah, yes.
I work for the Department of Statistics. Madame, please. What was I going to say?
Worked for the Department of Statistics.
Oh, yes, I work for the department. My boss in Jerusalem, he sent me to the little town of Bethlehem to take all the details of the people. So, I arrived early in the morning, and I set up my table in the market square, and the people are coming. All morning they're coming, and I am filling in forms, till my poor little Tet, she's buzzing. About the middle of the morning, I pause for a moment, I look up, and there in front of me is a fine young couple, handsome young man, but a beautiful woman, and she's holding a baby. I said, but madame, you should be sitting down. And I pass her a box. She said, merci beaucoup, monsieur. That is a beautiful baby you have there, madame. She said, merci beaucoup, monsieur. I said, but I don't think he's very old, is he? No. He was born today, born just this morning. Today, the very day of the census, the self-same day. Oh, formidable. That will look so good on my census form. I will take his details first. So, what have you called him, please? The young man says, Jesus. Jesus? How are you spelling that, please? No S on the end? Okay. But why you call him Jesus? Because he'll save people from their sins. Oh, I said, that could be very useful. Jesus. I need to have the details, please. His date of birth. Oh, stupide moi! Aujourd'hui, 25 December. The year dot, because BC was all over yesterday. AD didn't start this afternoon. And you, madame, you are the proud mother. She says, oui, monsieur. I say, well, what is your name, please? I have to write it on my form. She says, Maria. Oh, I just met a girl named Maria. I want to join the choir. And you, monsieur, you are the proud father. And he say, non. Alors, excusez-moi. I have to write the name of the father on the form. What is the name of the father, please, monsieur? He say, God. The name of the father, please, monsieur. God. How are you spelling that, please?
1, 2, 3. Well, he's a beautiful baby. Oh, a beautiful baby. So much promise in those eyes. He's a beautiful baby, such a beautiful baby. You hear the singing in the skies, and they're singing glory. You say glory, 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 glory in the highest, and peace on earth, goodwill to men. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. Well, he's a godsend baby. Oh, a godsend baby. See it a heavenly baby, definite embodiment of grace. Here we go. And we're singing glory, 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 glory in the highest, and peace on earth, goodwill to men. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. All right, it's clapping hand time. Here we go. He's a beautiful baby. Such a beautiful baby. Such a beautiful baby. Such a beautiful baby. He's a beautiful baby. He's a beautiful baby. Such a beautiful baby. What a beautiful baby. Oh no.
Good evening. My name. Shut up. My name. My name is Balthazar. Balthazar. I am a wise man from the east, from Toronto, actually. All wise men come from Toronto. Only foolish men stay there. Me and my good friends, Caspar and Melchior, we were contemplating the heavens when we spied a bright star moving across the night sky. I says, Caspar, Melchior, what does that star portend? Melchior said, oh, it's just Elon Musk's new rocket. But Caspar said, no, I think it means the birth of a great prince. Ah, a great prince. We must go to him at once. Yes, said Melchior, but how will we ever find our way? GPS, said Caspar. Great Prince Star. Ha ha. So we hailed a passing camel. I say, follow that star. I'd always wanted to say that. It was an Uber camel, it turned out. Anyway, after many, many weeks of tedious travel, we eventually arrived in the big city of Jerusalem. Now, we didn't notice, but the star we had been following so long took the bypass. We naturally headed straight for the palace. I mean, where else would a great king be born? So we got there and we knocked on the door. Knock, knock. Who's there? We three kings.
We three kings who?
We three kings disorient are. Well, why are you banging on my palace door? We have come to worship the baby born to be the great king. But the voice said, but I already am the great king. Herod, the great king. But perhaps you've heard of me? Oh, never mind. Well, we said, we've seen his star in the east. Besides, it's all written in the ancient books. It's all written. Very well, he said, then I will go and consult the ancient books. And he found it on the piano. Yes. It really was an ancient book. It was actually a very dusty old book. It says here, and you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, from you will come a great king. Gentlemen, he said, if you travel a mere 5 kilometers further down the street, you will come to the little hamlet of Bethlehem. And there I believe you will find the one you are seeking. But I would be most grateful if, when you have found him, you bring me word of his precise location so that I too may worship him. Oh, the crafty old devil. He had no intention of worshiping anyone other than himself. Oh, he believed in the child, for he knew what was written in the book and believed the book. But I think he feared for his own throne, feared he might lose it. Anyway, we took his advice and we traveled along. You want to put that? Or I was going to put it back on the piano.
Okay. I'll put it on the drum.
Oh, I put it on the drum. That's a good idea, Russell. What a good idea. Anyway, what was I saying? Traveling. Thank you, madam. Very much appreciated. Very fine. What was I saying, Russ? Doesn't matter. I'll make it up something else. Do you know, we saw the star that we'd seen in the east, and it continued in front of us. And when we saw the star, we rejoiced with exceedingly great joy. Melchior said that if only we had been 3 wise women, not 3 wise men, we would never have got lost because we'd have stopped to ask for directions. Anyway, eventually we arrived in Bethlehem. You know, it really was a bit of a dump, Bethlehem. Bit of a dump, not at all like the postcards. But we knew we were in the right place because there were 3 stockings hanging by the fireplace. So we went in and we presented our gifts. First to the child, because, it was his birthday, right? So it's difficult to choose a gift, isn't it? The right gift for someone who already has everything. So we gave him cash. Gold, as a matter of fact, gold. Melchior says we should have given him Bitcoin. But he's not a very wise man. To the young lady, we gave frankincense, because with something that smells nice, you can't go wrong with that as a gift for a lady, can you? To the young man, we gave myrrh. Marijuana, said Melchior, marijuana. Do you know, for a wise man, Melchior really was very stupid. There was originally a 4th wise man, but we had to leave him behind. He wanted to give fruit cake.
Well, the child was born in the fullness of time. And 3 wise astrologers take note of the sign. They come to pay their respects to the fragile little king and get pretty close to wrecking everything. Oh, yeah. Huh.
My name is Herod. That's King Herod. Perhaps you've heard of me? No. Never mind. 3 kings knocking on my palace door. 3 kings? There's only 1 king round here, and that's me. Wise men, you say. wise men. Fools, that's what I say. Believers in God, there is no God. Magi, foreigners, carriers of COVID. But don't worry, we'll build a great wall and we'll keep them all out. Christmas is humbug, humbug, humbug.
'Cause the governing body of the Holy Land was that of Herod, a paranoid man who, when he hears there's been a baby born, king of the Jews, sends death squads to kill all male children under 2. Oh no. But that same bright angel warns the parents in a dream, and they headed for the border, and they get away clean. Yeah, that's it. Ooh. Like a stone on the surface of a still river, driving the ripples on forever. Redemption rips through the surface of time in the cry of a tiny babe. Like a stone on the surface of a still river, driving the ripples on forever. Redemption rips through the surface of time in the cry of a tiny babe.
Good evening, good evening. I assure you I'm the last. This has gone on quite long enough. My name is Simeon. I generally don't get included in the Christmas story. You see, I'm a senior citizen, and us seniors generally get left out of things, isn't that right? Yes. Anyway, it had been revealed to me when I was still a little child that I wouldn't die until with my own eyes I had seen the Christ of Christmas. But years went by, and I lived with disappointment, a frustrated sense of expectation and hope. Till one day, about 6 weeks after Hanukkah, I went into the temple in Jerusalem, as I quite often did, and I noticed amongst the crowd a young couple. They were carrying their baby in the mother's arms, presumably bringing the child for dedication. And the young man, he had a cage containing some fluttering birds, which would be just a poor man's offering. But it was the child that drew my attention, and I found myself standing in their path, gazing, just gazing at the child. And then I remembered my manners. Oh, I said, "Excuse me, good morning, sir, and good morning to you too, madam. That is a fine child you have there. Might I inquire what you've called him?" And the young man replied, "Yes, sir, we have called him Jesus." And immediately, I knew this was the one I had waited for all my life. Now here he was, right in front of me. Oh, do you know, sir, madam, what manner of child this is? Do you know? And I could see by the lady's quite slight nod that she knew all right. Yes, this child will, to many, be like the rising sun on a clear spring morning, dispelling the darkness as he scatters the shadows and makes known the reality of who God is. Yes. Ah, Jesus. Yes, Jesus. I fear, Madam, to others, his name will be but a curse word, an oath, an expression of extreme hatred and disdain. Yes. Like a sword thrust to your own side. Now it was the young lady who broke the awkward silence. She said, sir, excuse me, sir, would you perhaps like to hold my baby? Oh, yes, I said. Oh, I would, more than anything else in the world. And she passed him to me. Now, what I did next, well, it was the simplest of things, so simple a little child could easily have accomplished it. But I have to tell you that that simple act was the most profoundly life-changing thing that ever I did in all my life. And what did I do, you ask? Why? I received him. I took him in my arms and I hugged him to myself, and he was mine, all mine. Yes, there in my arms was life, but life in all its fullness, love and joy and peace. Yes, mine. Do you know, I knew that in that simple act of receiving him, I had been born all over again. Yes. Oh. All mine. Do you know, his little hands waving as little children's hands wave helplessly, little fingers curling around my thumb, so helpless. Oh, infinitely powerful little hands. And his little eyes twinkling up at me, so innocent. Yet, oh, the depths of the riches of the wisdom and the knowledge of God. Do you know, he knew me. Yes, he knew me, Simeon. And I'll tell you something else. He loved me like I'd never been loved before. He loved me. Oh. I knew that my life was now complete. So I lifted up to the heavens. Oh God, I said, now I can die in peace. A happy, fulfilled man, for my life is complete. With my own eyes, I now see. I see your salvation. It's not a book. It's not a religion. It's not a creed. It's not an it. It is him. Jesus. Yes. Jesus. Ah. Jesus.
Shining on me, High King of glory, my Prince of peace, radiant beauty, shining on me, High King of glory, my Prince of peace. Jesus, King of the nations, and Lord